Well, we're here with another one of our fantastic projects. It's the Cornish Ketchup Company, and we have Chris and Chris. So good they named them twice. And also Si, the coach from Crowdfunder. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Hi.
Ketchup, in terms of the foodie projects that we're looking to get funded today, it's perhaps one of the most common in terms of a condiment. So how do you see yourself standing out from the crowd?
Well, our ketchup is actually made with real tomatoes. A lot of other manufacturers don't use real tomatoes. They use a pulp and then they hydrate it and add in all their bits and pieces. We use local tomatoes as well, so they've got that extra bit of flavour in there. So that's what we're about.
When we came up with the recipe for the ketchups, we really set ourselves quite a tight brief. So most ketchups usually mask the sort of flavour of the food that it sits on, and ours really has been designed to sit alongside food. So it's a much more complementary ketchup.
So Si, as the coach, it's a brilliant standalone product, and these guys look as if they know what they're doing. What's your role in helping these guys as being a coach with Crowdfunder?
Cornish Ketchup have never crowdfunded before. They've never gone through the experience, so it's been quite exciting for me to work with these guys with no real handle on how crowdfunding works, and specifically how crowdfunding at a live event will work.
In terms of the process of crowdfunding, you're playing ketchup.
It's a good one.
Bad.
Okay. All right, well, joking aside, do you think we could open some of these up and try them, please?
Absolutely,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Should we start with the original?
Yeah, let's start with the original. Start at the beginning.
I don't know about having that with something. I could eat that on its own. It's a daft thing to say, but you can really taste tomatoes, and you don't get any of that artificial sweetness that you would do with other brands that knocks it off the shelf. And there's a sort of like spiciness there that's got the seeds in it.
We wanted to get that right balance between the sweet and sour notes, so it sort of sits together, and yeah, you get that juxtaposition, that sweet and the sour.
Still has to be
just
a
the
ketchup.
right sort of blend, you know.
Do you go about growing your own tomatoes, or do you kind of have a tomato cooperative that you're able to take?
We've got some growers called People in Gardens who are a sort of charity foundation, and they at present are growing our tomatoes along with another very similar enterprise in Cornwall. And so that's just a great story, you know, because we can work very closely with them.
So as a business working with a charity, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It has a massive positive effect on the good work that it does, but slight negatives is obviously they're not commercial growers, so the cost of the tomatoes, you know, are probably higher than we could probably source elsewhere. So that is a bit of a problem, but
it's a really good story.
It's a great story, and it's one that we both feel very passionate about.
And it's a manageable problem as well, isn't it?
It's a good, you know, it's a good thing. And I mean, and as we obviously get bigger, they will benefit more, and the price of tomatoes will come down. So it's sticking with them at the beginning and hoping it works out.
Yeah. There's a certain pride about being Cornish, isn't there? And do you think outside of Cornwall that the term Cornish or the reference Cornish will have the desired effect?
I'm hoping so. There's such a massive push on the Cornish food scene, and Cornwall really has picked itself up and produces very, very credible food product, which translates certainly into the London markets, and we're hoping it will translate across the nation.
It's been lovely chatting with you. We're going to go back to the studio, and shortly these guys will have to face the panel for a little bit more of a grilling with some questions from our mentors, Tim, Matt and Gil. But in the meantime, guys, thanks very much.
Thank you.
I'll see you back in the studio.
Thanks.